I've had this conversation before with other women. When their man is not masculine, they feel the need to take on that masculine role within the relationship. I think right there is a big problem on just like femininity and masculinity. Because if you're a feminine woman, you should be submissive regardless. Maybe your man's not there yet, but a part of being feminine is being inspirational and inspiring that man to be the best that he can be, to be that leader that you want him to be.
No, I gotta make, because if I don't,
Right.
you can inspire me all you want, but I feel like every black woman has some dominance in her. We might just put it to the side for our man at the moment, and any moment we see him being weak, our dominance is gonna creep in and try to take the reins to protect our man. We can be submissive, we can, but as the moment that we have to hold you down and do all of this, now we gotta be dominant. And in the situations when that happens and the relationship don't work out, now we stuck with all this dominance and all this anger toward or resentment toward that man that we're going to carry on to the next relationship, and that's what causes women to be dominant in the dating world.
Now, this is where I disagree. I don't think your only choice is to be masculine if your man is not masculine and if he's not filling in those roles. And this goes to a lot with black women. They do feel that need where, okay, if my man's not masculine, I need to then be masculine. And I've spoke to other women of different cultures, different races and all that. And I've asked them that same question, and they responded with, no, I'm not going to fill in where my man is missing. I'm going to stay in my role and just build him up from there, motivate him, inspire him. But I think choosing to be masculine and choosing to fill in those areas where your man is lacking is just a choice. It's not something that you're required to do, but it's a choice a lot of people within our community choose to make, and it ends up hurting the relationship more than helping it.
I can see that. Especially when you bring in the fact of other cultures. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, other cultures definitely, because the standards are just different from birth, and just their beliefs are just different. The rules are just different. The laws are just different. So in America, where it's just free for all, a lot of like what she was saying is like a lot of men have this expectation where a woman just like teach me, like almost this mother instinct that women don't want to necessarily do. Like, I don't want to be a mother, but then when we do those things and we're like leading and this and this, that's what it feels like to us. It feels like leading. Like, I don't want to lead. I just want to sit back and be able to watch you inspire me sometimes. And I feel like that's when men get kind of comfortable. Like, they're like, oh, she's doing this, she's doing that. And instead of being a positive effect where it can like benefit us both or you, it kind of backfires on the woman to where it's like, okay, you're acting like my mom, you're trying to control me, so I don't know. It really depends on the man, and I don't know what it does, how it affects him, because for a lot of men it backfires. Like, the woman becomes the mom. Now you're trying to tell me what to do. I can't, you're trying to tell me how to dress. You're trying to tell me, but are we the inspiration or no?
Men, so do you think that men can be submissive in that aspect? Like, do they know when to like back down when we try to get that dominance? So when that does happen, men they like, nah, I got this. Like, nah, you're not about to tell me what to do. Like why that is? Like, why can't men submit to a woman who's able to be strong enough to like lead for a little bit?
Yeah, it's toxic masculinity. I feel like if men truly understood their power, it all stems back to God, which is crazy. It's like you really have to understand your power. Like, men have so much power. It's like when we were kids, and when our mom yells at us, she'll yell at us. We don't have really much effects. Well, as soon as my dad said anything to me in a high tone, I start crying immediately, because it's just the power men possess. But a lot of men use that power and use it to abuse, use it to disrespect, use it to verbally, they just don't know how to use that power. It's like any movie where you see superheroes, like, if you knew how to control it, you can get whatever you want. Same
Right.
with a woman. So I just feel like it gets overbearing for a woman to we're almost forced to be the man, like, just naturally, because the man is not aware of his kingdom, and you have to just be aware.
Like, you think a man can submit when it's time to?
Yeah, I feel like, yes, the right man. Like, I went through that tug and pull in my own relationship. Like, okay, first I'm the inspiration. Now you're the inspiration. Okay, now somebody's getting lazy. Now we have to get back to some, the roles. We have to get back to I hate to say gender roles, but we have to get back to the masculine and the feminine and the line, because when you're, especially when you're in a relationship, it gets very blurry. Like it gets very blurry. Now we're just swapping roles. We're just doing this. We're doing that. But the right man does submit, and the right man knows to submit when it's time, because he knows he won't always have the answers, and that's okay. And sometimes my woman is in a better position than me, and that's okay. That comes with just confidence. Like, okay, I'm good. A lot of men are insecure too, like have insecurities, so they don't like their women in that role for envious reasons, jealous reasons, or just intimidation. Like, oh yeah, my woman's in a position of power. I don't like how it makes me feel. Men have to heal, but the right man will definitely submit. No questions asked. It doesn't look like our version of submission.
Alright. So let's run that back a little bit. That was a lot. I'll let you guys talk for a lot. Submit in what way?
So for a woman, submission looks like listening, being respectful, not questioning a man, let him be free, blah, blah, blah. For a man, submission looks, in my opinion, submission looks like being teachable, being able to take advice, being able to take criticism. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from your friends or from your mom. Like if I'm your woman, in a way, I am equal to you. I'm not just an object in this relationship. So, I have an opinion. Sometimes my ideas are better. Sometimes your decisions get us into a rut, a financial rut, or such and such. So I think it's just about allowing your woman to have an opinion. It just boils back to that. Like, let her have an opinion, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to always agree, but you can just be kind of understanding. Some men just shut their woman down straight up. Like, nope, whatever you're saying, that's a dub. Like, I don't even care what you're talking about. Men can submit, and it just doesn't look like with women how we do it. It doesn't mean you're feminine. It doesn't mean get down and rub my feet and wash my clothes with your hands. Like,
no, I think you can take opinion from others. It's always good to get another viewpoint when you're in a situation. But you also said men are intimidated when women are
some men
in a
are.
power position, and it's far from that. We're not intimidated.